Hey guys, in this video we are going to be doing a review of Videly, a unique platform that allows you to get your content ranked on the first pages of Google and both YouTube with very little effort. So make sure to keep watching until the end of the video, and we're going to be diving into the sales page, and I'm going to give you a rundown of the product's features and how it can actually benefit you to actually help you get your content ranked. And we will also dive into the members area, and I'll give you a quick overview of some of the tools, features, and we'll do a quick demo to show you how the product can actually be used and how you can get it set up to generate keywords and content for you so that you can start getting your content ranked on Google. Before we get started, if you are looking for reviews of other helpful products with more helpful guides and tips that teaches you other ways of how you can actually earn an income online and potentially grow and scale your online business, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell icon to be updated of future videos. So if you've been struggling to try and get your content ranked, whether it be your blog posts or your YouTube videos, trying to get them ranked within the search results of either platform only to no avail. You spent all the hours creating and crafting a perfect video, and you've tried everything that you can think of to try and get your content to rank, but you are still struggling to be able to get your eyes on your videos and so forth, or even your blog posts. This is where Videly may come in useful to you, as it can actually take out a lot of the time and effort that it actually takes to do all the likes of the research, trying to craft perfect descriptions and text examples to allow you to use keywords in an efficient manner, hopefully try and get you to rank on Google and so forth. So what you can actually do is the platform breaks it down into a unique system that quickly allows you to be able to find highly engaging and competitive keywords to actually help you get your content ranked very quickly with little to no effort. And a really good aspect of this platform is, like it says on the sales pages, you don't really need to know anything about SEO. You do not need to build backlinks or write really any content as such. It can help you actually take out a lot of the time that it actually takes to do a lot of these steps if you were to do it through the traditional methods, which can be very, very time consuming. So from time to time, the creators of Videly do run special promotions where you can actually gain access to the platform for a discount. They are also the creators of Thumbnail Blaster and Speechello, which are also very good pieces of software that also have their own uses. Speechello is very, very good for doing likes of voiceovers. If you don't want to record your own voice, you can use generated voices using this platform, and they're very, very lifelike. A lot of people actually use this platform for that purpose. Even with Thumbnail Blaster, it makes it very, very easy to create highly engaging and clickable thumbnails in only a few minutes. I myself do use this program an awful lot with creating most of the thumbnails that I actually have on my channel, because I don't even have to really think about it. It just simplifies the entire process. But I'll leave links to all of these platforms actually down in the description if you want to go and check them out, if there's something that may be of use to you. And you can combine all of these here with the likes of Videly when you're going through your creation process of creating your content, especially if you're doing video based content. So the whole purpose of Videly is literally to allow you to gain rankings on Google and even on YouTube itself, because primarily they're both search engines, and it allows you to get your content ranked a lot higher through the use of finding the best type of keywords and so forth to use. That'll actually take out, like I said, a lot of the time trying to figure this all out for yourself. So you can have a look over the sales page, and again it goes through a lot of the steps in detail, explaining to you with a lot of detailed screenshots showing you exactly how the platform actually works. And we're going to dive into the members area now, where I'm going to give you an overview of the platform itself and show you some of the training modules and some of the features that you can gain access to if you decide to sign up. So inside the members area, you are greeted with a very simple but nice looking dashboard, and it gives you access to some of the unique tools and features. There is access to upgraded elements of the platform, like the pro version with the niche analysis tool, video report tool, and the rank tracker. Both the niche analysis and rank tracker will be purchased under the pro version, whereas the video report will come under the agency license, which will pretty much unlock everything. But just one thing to note, that if you do decide to purchase Videly, the standard version alone, which is what I have here, is perfectly fine for what you need to do, and you can get the most out of it with just this version. But if you do want to access some of the other features, as we'll discuss later in the video, you will need to pay extra. And with the likes of the agency license, you will need to pay an extra one-time fee of roughly about $67 in ClickBank. But just be aware that when you're buying, depending on where or what region you're from, when you're buying through the likes of ClickBank, which this platform is located on, you usually do have to pay VAT on top of the actual price, so you will always have to pay that little bit extra, but it's just something to be aware of. But you'll have to pay an additional $67 to gain access to the agency license. But if you want to opt in for the pro license, it's an extra $47, and again, it unlocks a lot of these extra tools. The one thing I will note is as well, again, you have to pay VAT, but not only that, on top of that, you will have to pay quarterly installments of $47, because again, it's a reoccurring fee. If that's something that you don't want to opt into, then you don't need to buy it at all. The standard version alone will be more than enough for you to actually get started. That's exactly what I'm using here, and it's perfect for what you need to do. So when you do actually come into the platform, as you can see here, it gives you an analysis kind of feature to showcase some of the research elements that you've been using or trying to implement over the last number of days, and it gives you a detailed record of that. You can upgrade to some of the other features even under this section here. It gives you detailed analytics as well, based off some of the uses of the platform, what type of campaigns and so forth that you've actually been using. You also do have access to training videos that will also help you to get started with the platform. They do actually have quite a number of detailed training videos here, like showing you how to research long tail keywords, even going to in-depth training, showing you how to use the platform pretty much step by step, even to use other features with the dashboard and give you more detailed overviews of how all the elements work within the platform, even to a point showing you how to set up your videos in the correct manner so that you can get the most out of them when you're trying to get them ranked. Plus, it actually gives you some overviews of some of the other unique tools here as well, and it actually shows you how to use them also. But if you're looking to create likes of articles or likes of YouTube style videos, and you want to try and get them ranked on likes of Google and so forth, you can use the keywords tool to start researching keywords, and it's relatively simple to use. So once you come into the keyword section, you actually get this page, and you can actually type in the main keywords that you're looking to get started with here. So if I just type in the keyword and I click on research, it will generate a list of keywords. But not only that, you can export the keywords, you can copy them to the clipboard, you can also save keywords, you can even get competitor keywords. And what this will do is it will actually let you know your YouTube competitors, even competitors on the likes of Google and so forth, and it shows you the keywords that they're using on their content that they are getting ranked for, so that you can pretty much replicate them as well. Also, what you can do is with each of these keyword searches, you can also set up new campaigns. So what you can do is you can set up a campaign to search for specific keywords, but you can save that campaign so that anything that's generated within that campaign, you can access it straight away without having to type it in again. And you can create multiple different campaigns for different types of keyword research elements. Like if you're doing type of keyword research based off different niches or different types of topics, you can keep them all separate. So this is a good way to kind of structure and organize all your content all in one place. So when you go to search your keywords, you can also save them and copy them, export them. What you can do is you can search through different types of sources. So you can use like YouTube, Google, different types of search engines. So if you want to remove any, you can do. If you want to narrow down your searches, you can do that. You want to type in the keyword that you actually have, and you can also set the preferences to where exactly you want to search for and what region. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it at worldwide, and we're just going to click on research. It will take a few moments to load up, but once it does, it will actually give you a list of a load of different keyword possibilities that you can actually utilize. And it actually gives you a relevancy score to show you whether they're actually worth actually targeting. Now ideally in this case here, as you can see some of these numbers here, you can actually change and have a look at the numbers and how relevant they are. Ideally, anything below likes of 40 is probably not worth going for, because there's not many searches for them, and the chances of getting ranked for them probably wouldn't be as good. But the higher the number, the higher chance you actually have of making something happen. Because as you can see here, from the likes of the lower end searches here, a lot of these here are shorter tail keywords. But then when you go down the list, as you can see, as the relevancy gets a lot higher, you can actually see that the keywords are more longer, which they're in turn they're known as long tail keywords. So that's really the whole point of Videly, is to utilize the element of searching for long tail keywords, because if you can use long tail keywords in your videos and on your content, there's more of a chance of people actually finding your content, and you can actually be more specific and actually find a more targeted audience with long tail keywords than you would if you were just searching just for general keywords. I actually have done plenty of reviews on my channel based around keyword research and how you can utilize different tools and even other features online to actually go in depth of how keywords can actually be used to rank your content and in ways in which you can do so. I'll make sure to drop a link down to a playlist in the description so that you can also go and check that out, just so you can get an idea of how it all works. But as you can see here, it shows you a load of different relevant long tail keywords, and a lot of these here will be really good and they'll be worth actually looking into. And as you can see, it gives you an idea of where they're actually been searched on at any given time. So as you can see here, it's been searched on Bing and even Yahoo search engines. Here you can see it tells you where it's mainly been searched on, and that is actually on Google. And as you can see here, it's searched on a lot more places. So it actually gives you a better idea of where people are searching for these relevant topics. So if you are happy enough with the type of keywords that you want to actually utilize and you think that they may be useful to you, what you can do is you can highlight the keywords that you want to use. You just select them, select the ones that you actually want, find the ones that you think is going to be most relevant to you pretty much for the content that you're looking to create. Once you're happy enough with that, you can actually save and export them. You can add them to save keywords, you can copy them to the clipboard, and you can even get the competitors volume. And here under YouTube competitors, if you're using YouTube, it actually gives you an estimation of the amount of results and the volume that actually each of these keywords usually get in a given month. So as you can see here, the ones that are actually selected, once you highlight them, it actually will give you the exact number or the estimate of the amount of searches that actually each of these topics actually do get. So the more you select, the more information you will actually get in return. So once you've actually selected the keywords that you actually want to utilize, you can come over to the video details tab. So you can click on the generate details tab and you can get started with adding in your keywords. You can also create and manage different types of templates that you can use to house all the information that you've actually got set up, and you can add them so that you can go back to them at any point. So what you can do is then you can paste in whatever keywords you're actually using. In this case, I'm using passive income streams. Then you want to proceed through to the next section. Even what you can do is you can add in additional keywords. So literally you can just copy and paste all the keywords that you actually have. Now in this case, when you go to secondary keywords, you can only add up to 5 keywords, but it's still more than enough. Plus you will also get other suggestions. It will suggest other types of keywords for you. So when you're happy enough with your selection, you can click on next step. But even with the likes of the main keywords, if I go back to the previous step, you can add in more keywords if you want to get more search queries. So you can paste in a lot more of the other ones, but all you need to do is add a comma at the end of the query itself and it will actually give you more results. So once you go onto that and you're happy enough with the selection, just click on next step. Now if you have a website that you want to find content for, you want to get your content onto, all you need to do is type in your website URL or your YouTube channel link. So what you can do is you can paste your channel link in there. If you have a Facebook page or a Twitter page or even an Instagram page, you can utilize that as well. You can save the profile, and what this will do is it will save all this information here, so anytime you come into it in the future, you don't need to keep retyping or recopying and pasting all the information in. So that's an easy way for you to do that. So when you're happy enough, you just click on generate and this window will pop up and you say generate details. So when you actually click on the keyword now, you can see all the relevant information that actually pops up. As you can see, it breaks it down into different segments. So as you can see, when you go into the likes of your YouTube video description, you can see it's broken down into different segments. You have your title, you have your description. This is where you'll put all of your information. Again, the title here is very, very important for your videos. That's where Videly does come in, because it does allow you to be able to utilize your keywords, because the main thing to actually help you get your content to rank, and it's the same with blog posts, you want to make sure that you always have your keywords within your descriptions, but you also want to make sure that you do have them sprinkled throughout your description section and even down in your tag section as well. And Videly allows you to generate this very, very quickly. Now, from looking at it, even though it does generate the content, and it does a good job of actually being able to do that, considering the search parameters and keywords elements that you've suggested or you've added into it, it also does give you other suggested areas and elements that you can add in, even suggested sentences, suggested tags. So it takes a lot of the hard work out for you, so it does. The one thing I will say with it is as well, is you can come up here, you can edit it. So for each segment, like the title, description, and again with the tags, you can edit all of these sections. You can actually regenerate it, so it'll actually give you additional or newer titles and descriptions. You can copy it to the clipboard, and then you can paste it then into each relevant section if you want to. So for talk's sake, if you wanted to copy and paste the title, you can just copy to the clipboard, and then you can add it in on the title bar here. And the same can be said for the description. You can literally just copy it and paste it literally into your description. The one thing I will say about it, even though it does do a good job of being able to copy and set up the different queries and parameters that you can utilize, as you can see what it does here, which is actually a cool feature, that once you've put in some of your features, like for your social media accounts or even likes of your YouTube channel URL, it will actually put this into the description as well. So this gives you an additional incentive to get viewers to click on the links that you have in your description, to go to your social profiles, or even just to get them to subscribe to your channel. So at least it does allow you to do this very easily. The one thing I will say, even though it's well put together and it does have great use of the keywords, you still will need to come in and still be able to tweak it. You'll still need to re-edit it and change some of the text, because you want to make sure that some of this text is relevant to, say, your video topic. You still want to be able to structure it in a way that's actually going to be beneficial for your audience, so that when they come on to and look at your video description, that they can understand exactly what you're talking about. But even as this is, it is actually good as it is for a starting point, but it's a good way to even use as a template, and then you can just change it up as and so you wish. But the very fact is here, it gives you an outlook and a real idea of how to structure your description and even how to place your keywords, because it's not a case where you just kind of just spam your keywords literally just everywhere in the title. What you want to do, as you can see here, it allows you to structure your keywords in a way, as you can see, like, so even with stuff that even I write in my descriptions, you can structure it in a way where you can actually write relevant sentences and actually try to place your keywords within those sentences to make it look more relevant and look more professional. Not only does it look more professional when people go to view your content, but it also helps YouTube to better understand what your videos are about, because it's giving them an actual detailed description, plus your keywords are situated throughout the content so that it also helps it to rank. And the same can be said even with the likes of the tags. You can literally come over and you can copy to the clipboard, and then you can come down to the tag section and you can paste the tags in here as well. So it does a lot of the hard work for you, which is actually a really good feature. It takes a lot of the hassle out of trying to figure this all out on your own, and especially if the fact is that you don't have to always keep writing everything from scratch. You can use this tool as well, the same pretty much as the likes of if you're doing blog posts. You can pretty much set it up the same way, because essentially YouTube videos and even blog posts use the same format anyway. So you can definitely utilize this to a really good effect, and it will actually help you to get your content ranked on the likes of the search engines, as I mentioned. What you can even do is even go in through the training videos, and it actually will provide you a lot more insights into how to utilize the program to its maximum effect, and even go more in depth, showing you some of the other aspects and tools and so forth within the platform and how you can utilize them should you want to use more advanced elements and take things further. So as you can see here, if you decide to look into getting the niche analysis tool, what it does is it gives you a detailed overview of the analytics of the likes of your competitors and even chosen niches. if you want to get involved with the likes of whatever topics or areas of interest, you can literally use the tools inside here to do research. So you can type in your own keywords and do a bit of research, and what it does is it will actually give you access to a lot of relevant and similar style videos that will also show you what your competitors are actually using. It will also break it down the SEO score. It'll show you how relevant their videos actually are, whether they're getting any sort of engagement, or even whether the content is actually worth creating videos on, or whether it's the keywords are worth targeting. So it does give you a lot more in-depth analysis to show you exactly what you need to do. Now again, this is a paid feature and you will have to pay additionally for this because it's part of the pro plan, like I mentioned earlier in the video, but it's something that you may want to look into further down the line when your content starts to gain more traction and you want to start scaling your business up. But that's something that you can do at a later date. You don't need to do this straight away. Also, if you do gain access to the agency license as well, you can create and generate video reports. So once you do that, you can literally find and utilize the tools as well to be able to get reports on your own videos, because it will give you a detailed analysis of how your video is actually performing, or if there's any tweaks that can be made, whether you need to change the title or thumbnails or tags. So you can just copy and paste your video URL into this section here, and what it'll do is it will generate a report for you. So as you can see, once you copy and paste your video URL into the section, it actually breaks it down into a load of different queries. It'll actually tell you if your titles are actually good, or if there's any discrepancies, or if there's any issues, where if the keyword's too long or if it's too short, or if there's any changes that need to be made. And the same can be said with the descriptions and tags, and it will let you pretty much know if there's any issues within your videos that you do need to make tweaks on. So it is a pretty cool feature to actually have. Even with the rank tracker, again, this is part of the pro version. Now at the minute, like if you're starting out, you don't need this straight away, but even with this additional tool, similar to the likes of the video report, it also gives you detailed analysis of how specific links, or if you have affiliate links, you can track them, and or even likes of your YouTube videos or your URLs, and you can clearly see how well they're actually doing and see how well they're performing. So if you paste your video link into like a social media post, say like on Quora or like Facebook or even Twitter for example, and you want to track how well the video is actually doing on those platforms, whether they're actually getting any clicks, how much watch time, how many likes and so forth that they're actually getting, it will actually break it down in this section for you. So it'll give you a better idea of your video's overall performance, and again, it will allow you to come up with conservative ideas to understand whether or not you need to make changes or any tweaks or so forth. So it's just something to think about. Again, like I mentioned, these additional paid versions, you don't need to opt into them straight away. I highly recommend, if you're only starting off using the platform, just stick with the standard version for the time being. Get familiar with it and use it to generate content for you so that you understand how to search for keywords, because again, everything that's pretty much there is all within the platform and it's very easy to use. Like I mentioned, it will generate a lot of the detailed elements for you. It will allow you to search for loads of relevant keywords again, and you can also gain access to information based off your competitors' search queries, so you can see how many searches a relevant competitor gets on any one of their videos at any time that relates to the specific search query or topic or keywords that you're looking to also rank for. So it does give you a lot of information that will be actually very, very useful to you. And again, it can drastically cut down on your time that it takes to generate content and so forth. Like I mentioned, it does a good job of what it does, but it's not perfect. There is certain things that you still will need to tweak here and there, especially with the likes of the descriptions. You're always going to want to make it your own and put your own stamp on it, but at least it gives you a really good idea, especially if you're a beginner trying to figure out how do I write specific things. You'll know by the layout of it that it will actually help you, that you can structure your content in a way and know where to position your keywords throughout the content, and actually how to write it in a way that looks relevant to people that are actually looking for it, and also to allow YouTube or Google to be able to rank it on the search engines. So I'll leave a link down below in the description that you can gain access to Videly if you do think that it may be a useful tool for you to actually just help get started with generating content, and even like saying just searching for keywords and so forth as it may be a useful tool, especially if you're a beginner, to get started, to try and figure things out so that you can start getting your content ranked and potentially start to get more eyeballs on the information that you're providing, and to actually help your business to grow. So if you have found this video to be helpful and you'd like to see more helpful reviews and guides on other types of programs that can actually help you to scale up your business to the next level and earn income online, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated of future content. Again, be sure to check out the links below in the description to Videly and to other useful platforms that can actually help you to get started, even with relevant videos that will actually show you a lot more in depth about SEO and keyword research, so that you can utilize all these methods to be able to use the platform to its full potential. And as always, I will see you in the next one.